This is the Ferrari 812 Superfast. It's the fastest, the most powerful, and the most exclusive Ferrari currently on sale. The Halo model in the brand's lineup, it wears a starting price of 1,331,000 dirhams and goes up against the finest from Aston Martin and Lamborghini with the DB11 and Aventador respectively. In terms of design, the 812 Superfast is beautiful. It really is, but you don't need me to point that out. What I will point out is that the Superfast is more than just a pretty face. Every crease, bulge and vent you see along the bodywork has been sculpted for a specific purpose. In the front, the large grille and hood vents not only form part of an aggressive design, but also perform many other functions. Cool air is channeled through to cool down the radiator and engine, and in doing so it pushes hot air out through the rear hood vents and out the sides of the car. The two-tiered opening in the front grille performs a slightly different role. The upper opening channels air to cool the brakes, while the lower opening pushes air under the car to reduce drag. Hit speeds of 180 kilometers per hour, and the flaps pop downwards to reduce drag and increase downforce. But if you thought that's impressive, there's a lot more. The vents near the rear window push air through here and out the back for added downforce. Essentially, it performs the role of a spoiler without the need for a big wing sticking out the back. Speaking of the back, it's just as beautiful with its circular tail lamps and quad exhaust pipes, but it is the diffuser that is the star attraction. With 3 deployable flaps, it can open up to 17 degrees depending on the speed you're driving at to increase downforce and reduce drag. The 812 Superfast then is an aerodynamic work of art. On the inside, it's just as magnificent. The design is similar to the F12 Berlinetta that this car replaces, but the quality is second to none. Carbon fiber covers a lot of the cabin, including the steering wheel, the paddle shifters, the center console, and the cargo shelf, while everything else is covered in soft leather. What's truly remarkable, however, is the amount of space that the 812 has to offer. Unlike most supercars and grand tourers, it doesn't require you to be a yogi or a contortionist to get inside, and the amount of space for occupants and cargo is truly exceptional. Boot space measures in at 320 liters, which is enough to fit around 3 cabin-sized bags, and then there's more storage on the cargo shelf behind the seats too. Speaking of the seats, we have Daytona leather seats that are power adjustable fitted to this test car, and they are a little stiff to stop you from being flung around on the bends. But Ferrari being Ferrari, there are 7 other seat options that you can have, ranging from standard seats all the way to carbon fiber monocoque racing seats for the ultimate F1 experience. In terms of entertainment and convenience features, the 812 offers a JBL audio system, cruise control, a multi-information passenger display, and cameras in the front and back. The camera in the front stops you from scraping the bumper on a speed breaker or pavement, and the one in the back makes parking much easier. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's start driving. When Ferrari announced they were launching the LaFerrari in 2012, they were criticized for lacking creativity and choosing a dull name. But people drove the car, people loved the car, and Ferrari had the last laugh. With the 812 Superfast, history repeats itself. And the 812 is a much better car than anyone could have imagined it to be. The 812 Superfast, as its name suggests, is super fast, but there is some proper thought behind its name. The 8 stands for 800 cavallo vapore, Italian horsepower. The 12 stands for its V12 engine, and the Superfast pays homage to the 1964 Ferrari 500 Superfast. It's not as elementary as you thought, huh? What powers this beautiful machine is a 6.5-litre naturally aspirated V12 engine. With 789 horsepower and 718 Newton meters of torque, it is the most powerful, naturally aspirated engine in the world. Power is sent through a 7-speed F1 dual-clutch transmission to the rear wheels, and while all of it does sound rather intimidating, it isn't, thanks to Ferrari's F1 traction control system. To give you an idea of what the 812 is capable of, it sprints from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.9 seconds, 0 to 200 kilometers per hour in 7.9 seconds, and bears a top speed of 340 kilometers per hour. With figures that are barely road legal, the 812 eggs you on to go faster and faster with shift lights on the steering wheel, only coming on when the V12 is shrieking and about to hit red line at 8,900 RPM. Magnificent to drive in a straight line and even better on the corners. The 812 Superfast is the first Ferrari to be fitted with an electronic steering. While many, including myself, feared that this new setup wouldn't relay as much feedback as the hydraulic system in other models, that simply isn't the case. The new electronic steering is just as good or even better than the one it replaces. While on the topic of being a treat to drive, the 812 sports a weight distribution of 47% front, 53% rear, and the brand's virtual short wheelbase technology. Essentially, the rear wheels turn in the opposite direction as the wheels in the front at low speeds, and in the same direction as the wheels in the front at high speeds to greatly improve handling. The Ferrari 812 Superfast is the best Ferrari you can currently buy, and let me tell you why. Pushing the boundaries of a road-legal car, it's engaging, it's thrilling, and it's quite possibly the last naturally aspirated V12 from the brand. What makes it even more desirable is the fact that you get an all-out supercar and a proper Grand Tourer for the price of one. Thanks for watching.